Okay, so I just got back from an hour walk. I had the idea to go up to the highest part of the city so I could give you a look at the view, but it took me much longer to actually get there. And then once I got there, I realized that there's really nowhere in this entire city that I could take a video on my iPhone and not be stared at. So I got a little uncomfortable and I was just like, I'm gonna go home and do this on my mother-in-law's porch. So yeah, it's not Geula and it's not Mea Shearim. It's actually a city called Kiryat Sefer, and Kiryat Sefer is a really big city built on a mountain, and it's officially the county of Modi'in, which is by Tomat Shilat. That's the junction where the bus picks up, I guess, and goes to all the other big cities here. It's like a half hour from Yerushalayim, half hour from Tel Aviv, half hour from Beit Shemesh, so it's a pretty good location. It started off as a settlement, and my in-laws were one of the first families to live on one of the first blocks, so that's pretty cool. So they started building apartment complexes on the side of this mountain, and they've been building for 20 years now, like everywhere they're building. This morning I went up to the highest point, and I couldn't take a video either because they were building and drilling and it was noisy and crazy. So this is a city that's just growing and growing, and the reason for that is because it's a completely Haredi city, which means that everyone here is ultra Orthodox. Women and men don't walk on different sides of the street, but pretty much everything else is as firm as it gets. There are only Kolo families here. Everybody's either learning a kollel or teaching a kollel or involved in some sort of avodas hakodesh. My father-in-law actually has like a Jewish, well, not Jewish, everything's Jewish. My father-in-law has kosher Kinkos. It's called iKosher, and there's a couple computers and then his printing stuff, and it's like, I guess, an area where you can do emailing and everything, but there's no Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi in this entire city. Like, there's just no Wi-Fi in this entire city. So I've been using basically all my data the last week or so. But you gotta do what you gotta do when you're a new Ola. Okay, so a little more about Kiryat Sefer. It's like I said, it's a completely Haredi city. Families are very big. There are tons of little apartments with big families in it. Everybody seems perfectly content. There are tons of cute kids running around the streets and playing in the parks, and Shabbos was beautiful. Everybody was dressed really nice, and the girls were walking in the street, and everybody was, all fancy and pretty balabatish, I have to say. And it's you have to see it. You have to see it to understand. There's just a certain energy when everyone is on the same page. Like, there's no cars in the street on Shabbos, and the environment is very conducive to family life. There's parks everywhere, and there's bicycles everywhere, and there are kids everywhere, and in that way it's a really great place if you're that from. So I'm gonna probably be spending a lot of time here in the next, well, forever. That's crazy. Forever. And I'm happy I can. I'm happy that my in-laws live here. I'm happy that my sister-in-law lives here. I don't think I could live here. I've been stared down quite a few times here, which is fine. I'm not embarrassed to stare right back. Like, I know you like my sneaks. Whatever. There's what to learn. It's inspiring. Like, there are people here that have big families, and all the kids were dressed to the nines waiting for the bus this morning at 7:30 in their uniforms with their backpacks, just like everywhere else in the world. And the quality of life here for a frum kid is pretty awesome. So I would say that if you're looking for an ultra-Orthodox city, I have to tell you this. So the city started off on one block, and now there are 70,000 people living here. 70,000 people living here. It's massive. It is completely self-sufficient. There's no army presence. There's no sit-down restaurants. There's no secularism. There's no malls. And everybody is just fine. Like, apparently we don't need all that. So yeah, I would be concerned that somebody would feel uncomfortable about me talking about Kiryat Sefer on the internet. But the truth is that if you're watching this and you're from Kiryat Sefer, you're not supposed to be on the internet. So You can't tell anybody. Anyway, so that's the situation from Kiryat Sefer. Don't forget to download I Am the Land. It's available everywhere online, iTunes and Amazon and CD Baby, and pretty much Google Play, I think, Google Play. And yeah, like this video, share this video, and leave me a comment.